It's 10 trivia questions on plastic surgery, the Kansas City Chiefs, history, music of the 70s and 80s, and more for Dr. York Yates. Merry Christmas. This is Trivia with Buds. Welcome to another episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Buds. Thanks for checking out the show in this holiday season, and thanks for helping me wish a very special Merry Christmas to Dr. York Yates. Dr. Yates, your staff loves you. They said Merry Christmas, and they said they listened to my podcast in the office quite a bit where you guys all work, and you love listening to trivia podcasts, and you dig this show. And they wanted to do a special episode just for you. So this episode is all about plastic surgery and Catholicism and sports trivia, mainly the Kansas City Chiefs. We've got some history questions. We've got the 70s, the 80s, the 90s bands, all the things you love. So sit back, relax, and get ready for a fun episode. And Merry Christmas once again from your whole staff, Dr. Yates. Before we jump into today's quiz for the good doctor, we've got 3 warm-up questions. Here's the first one. What MTV reality show was credited with helping boost applications at the University of California at Davis after filming there for a season? That was called the Sorority Life. Sorority Life, about 20 years ago. Here's the next one. What annual World Championships only rule is that contestants may not play actual guitars? That is the Air Guitar World Championships. The Air Guitar World Championships. And this one. What former IBM worker saw his 1994 debut CD become the best-selling comedy album of all time? That was You Might Be a Redneck famous line giver, Jeff Foxworthy. Jeff Foxworthy for the win on that third question. All right, we're all warmed up. We're ready to go. Dr. Yates, here comes your quiz. 10 questions on stuff you know and love. Here we go. All right, here we go. Kicking things off with the Dr. Yates quiz. Here's question number 1. What FX drama about 2 plastic surgeons ran from 2003 to 2010? Number 1, what FX drama about 2 plastic surgeons ran from 2003 to 2010? Question number 2, what year was the first season in the NFL for the Kansas City Chiefs? Was it 1940, 1950, or 1960? What year was the first season in the NFL for the Kansas City Chiefs? 40, 50, or 60? Question number 3, if you're in a Catholic church, where would you normally expect to find the pictures of the Stations of the Cross? If you're in a Catholic church, where would you normally expect to find the pictures of the Stations of the Cross? Question number 4, Matthew Webb was the first man to swim what famous waterway? Number 4, Matthew Webb was the first man to swim what famous waterway? Question number 5, who invented penicillin? Number 5, who invented penicillin? Question number 6, which U.S. mail service started in 1860? Which U.S. mail service started in 1860? Number 7, Lou Reed, multi-instrumentalist John Cale, guitarist Sterling Morrison, and drummer Angus McLeese made up what band starting in 1964? Lou Reed, John Cale, Sterling Morrison, Angus McLeese. What band? 1964. Question number 8, the band Journey was formed in what California city in 1973? The band Journey was formed in what California city back in 1973? Question number 9, 2 more to go. What 80s band had songs like Let's Go, You're All I've Got Tonight, and Magic? What 80s band had song titles like Let's Go, You're All I've Got Tonight, and Magic? And the final question for Dr. York Yates. In plastic surgery, what does the DIEP in DIEP flap stand for? That's DIEP. What does the DIEP in DIEP flap stand for? Question number 10. Those are all of your questions, Doctor. We'll be back with the answers and the diagnosis after this. We are back with the answers to some trivia on plastic surgery and more. Dr. Yates, I hope you got all these questions correct. If you missed that last one, you may be fired. We'll find out. Here's number 1. What FX drama about two plastic surgeons ran from 2003 to 2010? Nip Tuck. That was my wife and I's favorite show for a while. We met in 2005, so we started watching probably season 3 of that show, which had the carver, like a serial killer who would carve people's faces. Oh, it was nuts. And used to love Nip Tuck. I think I had all the DVDs at one point. It got a little screwy at the end, like a lot of those shows from that creator. Here's number 2. What year was the first season in the NFL for the Kansas City Chiefs? That was 1960. The third choice there, the most recent of those years, 1960. Number 3, if you're in a Catholic church, where would you normally expect to find the pictures of the Stations of the Cross? They're usually around the interior walls of the church, depicting the Stations of the Cross inside walls of the church. Number 4, Matthew Webb was the first man to swim what famous waterway? That's the English Channel. The English Channel. Number 5, who invented penicillin? Alexander Fleming. Alexander Fleming. Number 6, which U.S. mail service started in 1860? That was the Pony Express. The Pony Express. Number 7, Lou Reed and others started what band in 1964? The Velvet Underground. Velvet Underground. I'm a huge Lou Reed fan. I wonder if Dr. Yates is too. Number 8, another one of my favorite bands, the band Journey, was formed in what California city in 1973? San Francisco. San Francisco. And number 9, what 80s band had the songs Let's Go, You're All I've Got Tonight, and Magic? That was the Cars. So many great hits for the Cars in the 80s into the 90s. And number 10, in plastic surgery, what does the DIEP in DIEP flap stand for? That's the deep interior epigastric perforator flap, and it takes tissue from the abdomen. Deep inferior epigastric perforator flap. I could barely say it. But there you go. Those are all your questions for today's quiz. Dr. Yates, your staff loves you, and they want to wish you a Merry Christmas. Thanks for listening to my show. That's an honor that a doctor's office likes what I do and puts it on often. So very cool to get that email. You have a great staff. Thank you so much for listening, and Merry, Merry Christmas. Your fact of the day today is the world's longest zip line in Mexico is over 1.5 miles long. That sounds fun. Dr. Yates, you should send your staff to Mexico to do that zip line as a holiday gift. Thanks for listening. Thanks for telling a friend. Thanks for listening to the podcast in your doctor's office, and we'll see you next time for more trivia with Buds. Cheers.